I tried Dungeon Warfare 3, the question is, should you? It's a tower defense game where you ultimately want to protect your cornerstone. This is a building that everyone wants to destroy. There is a horde of enemies coming your way with a set amount of waves, and you have to place the traps that you will choose to protect yourself. There are spike traps, there are dart traps, there are pushing traps, and there are many more that you can delve into and specialize in. You will have to carve the way through the dungeon with the barricades, because they're taking the shortest way to the cornerstone, and you can change that with the layout that you are placing. There are also special things on the map that you have to protect. For example, treasure chests that will generate you money. That's interesting. When you send the group of enemies around it, they will attack it. But there are also like boulder traps that is placed in the map and you can release it, or barrels that explode. So that's kind of interesting that they are kind of throwing there things that will change the pacing. When you finish the quest or when you finish the map, you are able to get the crystals or the gems. The gems are ultimately for upgrading your traps to push their reload time and also damage. When you go and upgrade the level of the trap many times, like 5 times, you will get to the point that you can decide what upgrade you want to place on the trap. For example, the spike traps that I used quite a lot because I like the idea is that you can enhance them with a 50% damage upgrade, or you can upgrade them 20% upgrade, but when they sprung, they will throw enemies into the air. So it's kind of making it like crowd control. So that's interesting. Other layer upon this is when you finish the map or when you finish the tower defense and you're successful, you will return to the like world map where you're placing tiles on the set. There are like plains, there are meadows and mountains and forests and also deserts. And when you're placing them around, then you have to place the new dungeon map that you will delve into in the next mission on those tiles, and everything that is around it will change how the map works. For example, the desert pieces around is decreasing HP of those enemies because I guess they have to cross the desert and they are kind of like, you know, not really on mood of fighting, and that's kind of interesting. But I would love to see more into it. That's the one part that I was like, yeah, you know what, that's kind of basic. I would love to see like the points of interest on the big map to really be able to place the towers or the dungeons next to those, and that would really change how the map works. Like, for example, if I would choose the biome of the desert, let's give there something from the desert because I got the dungeon in the desert. Let's at least set it inside the, you know, graphics of the desert or in the woods. Oh, that would be kind of cool. I would love to see that, you know, that the influence of those decisions, or they would be enchanted. For example, the enemies would have something. They would, yeah, I think there is a lot to progress in that regard. But the game is super satisfying. Well, like there is a lot of enemies coming, so when the traps are going, they are screaming, and then it's just satisfying to go through as a tower defense go. So yeah, I recommend it for sure. I enjoy my time, and yeah, there is a demo release right now so you can play it, but I don't know when the game will be actually released. But that will do it for today. Hope you enjoy this one, and if you want to check my 45 first minutes of the gameplay, you can click on the video on the left side, or you can click on the right side video where you will get another game, absolute different one. So yeah, that will do it. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.